Hi everyone, welcome to China. Welcome to the very first episode of this travel vlog series. This is my first day in Beijing, the capital of China, and honestly, I still cannot believe I am here. Now, today's plan is epic: Tiananmen Square, the Forbidden City, a pedicab tour, and ending the day with dinner at local host's home. This place is Tiananmen Square, one of the largest public square in the world, covering over 440,000 square meters. On this side of this square, you will see the Great Hall of People. This building is where China's government meets. Major political meetings, national decisions, and important ceremonies all happen here. The square also have a museum for Chairman Mao's memory because he is the one who proclaimed the People's Republic of China in 1949. Now let's talk about the emotional heart of Tiananmen Square, the monument to the people's hero, standing tall in the centers. This monument is dedicated to all the martyrs who sacrificed their life for China's freedom and independence. This is the parade road, and it's mainly used during national parades, major celebration, and especially on China's National Day. It is incredibly wide, perfectly straight, and designed so military vehicles, marching troops, and massive crowds can move smoothly. Now, one more thing to remember is security check. Before you even enter the square, there are multiple security checks. Bags are scanned, IDs are checked, and yes, they are very thorough. Now, this is the big gate we just come from. Is hold deep symbolic meaning. In ancient China, the emperor was believed to be the son of heaven. The mandate of heaven meant that heaven allowed the emperor to rule as long as he governed wisely. The gate represents peace, stability, harmony between the heaven and the people. This gate has a 5 entrance. The central entrance was used only by the emperor, the next two by officials and royal family, and the other outer gates by guards and servants. And now we are entering into Forbidden City, one of the most important palace complexes in the world. Built in early 1400s during the Ming dynasty, it served as the imperial palace for 24 emperors for nearly 500 years. There are over 9,000 rooms inside. And city, the animals on the rooftops are not for decoration. They represent the rank and power of that particular officer. Building with the higher importance had more roof animals, and that will show the officer's rank. And only the emperor was allowed to have 9 animals because number 9 was considered the most powerful and the lucky number connected to heaven. These figures were believed to protect buildings from evil spirit and maintain harmony. Now the building in front of us is called the Hall of Supreme Harmony. It is the most important building into the Forbidden City. Emperors were crowned here, weddings were held, and major state ceremonies took place. It is the largest wooden structure in traditional Chinese architecture. The emperor's throne sits at the exact center, which symbolizes the absolute authority. There are 3 main halls together, represent balance, stability, and continuity, reflecting the principle of yin and yang and feng shui. Now, if you keep looking around, you will notice one animal everywhere into the Forbidden City, and that's the dragon. They have like dragon spouts in 3 stages. which were very important during the monsoon season. In Chinese culture, the dragon represents the power, protection, and good fortune. And the emperor was the only person allowed to use dragon symbol. Another thing is yellow color. If you see, all the roofs are yellow in color. That also represents the royal color. Now, the Hall of Supreme Harmony is actually the part of three main halls. As I told you before, the biggest building is Hall of Supreme Harmony. This middle building, square one, is called the Central Harmony, and the third one is behind it, which is Hall of Preserving Harmony. In this video, you are able to see big, large metal pots throughout the Forbidden City. They used to fill with water and use for the fire protection. Most of the buildings were made of wood, so water was there to protect them. But it also had a 5-element theory in which they used to believe that metal comes from earth, so balancing wood, earth, and water and other 5 elements, they put like more than 308 big pots around the palace. The part we are entering inside Forbidden City is considered as a gate of heavenly purity. This is the king's actual resting place, or you can say inner palace, where he spent the time with his emperor or concubines. The emperor had one official wife, the empress, who generally managed the inner palace. She was responsible for order and producing an heir for the royal family. Now, concubines are generally the girls who were selected for the emperor, mainly from the other royal family or other high rank officials, and they live under very strict rules and ranking system. Their status was depend on imperial favor and whether they gave a birth to a son. The life appeared luxurious for concubines, but it was highly restricted, and the rivalries were common, and the inner court was deeply political. Now, once you reach to the end of the other side of a Forbidden City, after crossing so many rooms and so many inside inner palaces, you will be entering into the Imperial Garden, which is the emperor's private place for the peace and reflection. Unlike the grand courtyards that we have seen, this area is focused on the nature and balance. You will see lots of the stone structure and formation which symbolize the strength, stability, and longevity. Rare stone were considered a very valuable gift in China in past time, which symbolizes wishes for a long and stable life. So, Forbidden City isn't only about the power and control. This beautiful garden reminds us that even emperors need peace, balance, and a nature. Stone, trees, and silence. Sometimes the simplest thing held the deepest meaning. This Forbidden City is just not beautiful, it's the message carved into the stones and wood. Every hall, every symbol, every open space was designed to say one thing: order, harmony, and absolute power. And this is the only part of it. There's still so much more hidden inside this wall. After Forbidden City, this part of the pedicab tour is honestly so peaceful. It took us more than 4 hours to explore Forbidden City, so my legs were tired. So sitting in this pedicab was heaven. Right next to these old Hutong houses, you will be able to see beautiful river and a lake area on left side of us, which is the part of Shia Chai Hai Lakes, It's been the heart of local life here for centuries. Back in the day, this waterway was really important. It used to be for transport, trade, daily life, especially during imperial time. And supplies for the Forbidden City actually pass through this canal connected to this area. But today, riding in this pedicab here, listening to the water, the bells, and the city sounds, it feels like slow Beijing, very different from the busy street and high rise building and a bullet train areas. I feel like this isn't just sightseeing, this is experiencing the rhythm of old Beijing. And this is right here, might be my favorite part of the day. All these narrow streets are called Hutongs, and they are some of the oldest residential neighborhoods in Beijing. Some of them are over 700 years old. Hutongs were designed around courtyard homes where entire families live together, like grandparents, parents, children, all sharing their life together. And riding a pedicab feels like stepping into the living museum. But people are actually living here, it's not museum. Um, I can see some modern apartments are replacing the many Yutongs, but some families still choose to stay and preserve the tradition. And the ride is really smooth, but respect to our driver. This is a lots of leg workout. Now we are walking through one of the narrowest Yutong lanes right now, and this is where Beijing feels real. You will be able to see kids playing and elders are chatting or playing games and living their life. And this is not, I think it's not tourist Beijing, this is everyday Beijing. At the end of the day, something really truly special for us, and that was dinner at local host's home. China is definitely famous for food, but home cooked food is where the heart is. The meals were as a shared table, the dishes were placed in the center for us, and I felt the hospitality was a huge part of our host. She was so nice. She made a delicious food for us, and then we have a little chat with her.
160 square meter.
这个是有深圳北房打通的。
So originally before this is a 3 rooms here actually. Even you can see from the pillars, it's a 3 rooms. Yeah. But after here got the permission can receive the foreigner guests, then they make it open. Yeah.
现在住在这儿的主要
I don't feel that any restaurant can give you this experience, especially this different connection. Not only the cuisine, but you also know the people. So this is how I spent my first day in Beijing. From the emperors to everyday people, from massive square to narrow alleys. This was my first day, and trust me, this is just the beginning. If you enjoyed this vlog, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and wait for episode 2. We will explore more of Beijing.